Today, our topic is how to live a life of purpose according to philosophy. Living a life of purpose is something many people want, but not everyone knows how to do it. Philosophy, especially from thinkers like the Stoics, can help us understand how to find meaning and direction in life. Let's explore some ideas that can guide us toward a more purposeful existence. First, we need to understand what purpose means. Purpose is not just about having big goals or achieving fame. It's about living in a way that feels meaningful to you, where your actions align with your values and contribute to something greater than yourself. The Stoics, for example, believed that living with virtue, being wise, courageous, just, and self-disciplined was the key to a fulfilling life. They taught that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. This is an important lesson for anyone trying to live with purpose. We often waste time worrying about things outside our control, like what others think of us or what might happen in the future. But if we focus on our own actions, choices, and attitudes, we can live more intentionally and with greater peace of mind. To live a life of purpose, we also need to know ourselves. This means understanding what we truly value and what kind of person we want to be. Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher, said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." He believed that self-reflection is essential for a meaningful life. By regularly asking ourselves questions like, what do I care about most? Or am I living in a way that aligns with my values? We can stay on track and make better decisions. Another important idea is to embrace challenges and difficulties. The Stoics saw obstacles as opportunities to grow. When things don't go as planned, we can either complain and feel sorry for ourselves, or we can use the situation to become stronger and wiser. This mindset shift can help us find purpose even in hard times. For example, if you lose your job, instead of feeling defeated, you can see it as a chance to explore new opportunities or learn new skills. Viktor Frankl, a philosopher and Holocaust survivor, wrote about this in his book, Man's Search for Meaning. He said that even in the worst circumstances, we can choose our attitude and find meaning in our suffering. This doesn't mean we should seek out pain, but when it comes, we can use it to grow and help others. Living with purpose also means being connected to something bigger than ourselves. This could be a community, a cause, or even the universe as a whole. The philosopher Aristotle believed that humans are social creatures, and we find fulfillment by contributing to the well-being of others. Helping others, whether through volunteering, mentoring, or simply being kind, can give our lives a sense of purpose. Similarly, the Stoics believed that we are part of a larger whole, and that our actions should benefit the greater good. This doesn't mean we have to change the world in huge ways. Even small acts of kindness and integrity can make a difference. Another key to living with purpose is to live in the present moment. Many of us spend too much time thinking about the past or worrying about the future. But the present is where life happens. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic, wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This might sound grim, but it's a reminder that life is short and precious. By focusing on the present, we can make the most of our time and live with more intention. Gratitude is also an important part of living with purpose. The Stoics practiced gratitude as a way to appreciate what they had and avoid taking things for granted. When we focus on what we lack, we can feel unhappy and unsatisfied. But when we appreciate what we have, we can find joy and contentment in the present moment. Gratitude helps us see the good in our lives and reminds us of what truly matters. Another idea from philosophy is to live authentically. This means being true to yourself and not trying to be someone you're not. The existentialist philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre believed that we create our own meaning through our choices and actions. But to do this, we need to be honest with ourselves about who we are and what we want. Living authentically requires courage because it means facing our fears and uncertainties. But it's also the only way to live a life that feels truly our own. Finally, living with purpose means accepting that life is uncertain and ever-changing. The ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, "No man ever steps in the same river twice." Life is always in flux, and we can't hold on to anything forever. This might sound scary, but it can also be liberating. If we accept that change is a natural part of life, we can be more flexible and open to new experiences. Instead of clinging to what we have or fearing what might come, we can embrace the journey and find meaning in the process. To sum up, living a life of purpose according to philosophy involves several key ideas. First, focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Second, know yourself and live in alignment with your values. Third, see challenges as opportunities to grow. Fourth, connect with something bigger than yourself, whether it's other people, a cause, or the universe. Fifth, live in the present moment and practice gratitude. Sixth, be true to yourself and live authentically. And finally, accept that life is uncertain and embrace change. These ideas might not always be easy to follow, but they can guide us toward a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Remember, purpose is not something you find once and then keep forever. It's something you create every day through your choices, actions, and attitudes. As you go through life, keep asking yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? And how can I live in a way that feels meaningful to me? By doing this, you can build a life of purpose, one step at a time.